Ladies and gentlemen, let me ask you something. What if I told you that everything you've been taught about limits, about playing it safe, about living the right way, is nothing but a beautifully crafted lie? A lie whispered into your ear since the day you could dream. And worse, you believed it. But not today. No, today is the day you rewrite that script, take the pen, and author a story that actually belongs to you. Why? Because deep inside, you're not afraid of failure, are you? No, the fear is something far greater. It's the terrifying possibility that you might just be unstoppable. And the reason? You are not stoppable. We live in a world shaped by boundaries, some imposed by others, but most constructed by ourselves. These limits feel safe, don't they? Like a warm blanket on a cold night. They shield us from the discomfort of uncertainty. But let me tell you a secret. That blanket is nothing but a cage disguised as comfort. It keeps you small, contained, and predictable. The idea of breaking free is terrifying because stepping into the unknown comes with risks, doesn't it? You might fail, you might stumble, and yet, what if those risks are precisely what you need to grow? The truth is, most of the limits you believe in are illusions. They're not made of steel or stone, they're made of fear. Fear of judgment, fear of rejection, fear of success. Yes, even success can be frightening because it comes with the weight of expectations, the demand to keep rising, and the pressure to embrace your own power. And so instead of testing the boundaries, you stay within them, convincing yourself that this is where you belong. But here's the irony. The boundaries you cling to, the ones you think keep you safe, are also what keep you stuck. They trap your potential, robbing you of the chance to see just how far you can go. Every time you tell yourself, I can't, or I'm not ready, or maybe tomorrow, you strengthen those walls. You give them power. Yet deep down, a part of you knows they aren't real. A part of you whispers that there's more, that the world is larger, brighter, and fuller than what you're settling for. That whisper? It's your potential calling, waiting for you to listen. To push beyond the self-imposed limits and discover what lies on the other side. Life has a way of throwing curveballs when you least expect it. Plans crumble, paths shift, and chaos arrives uninvited. Most people see this as the enemy, a disruption to their carefully laid out routines. But what if chaos isn't here to destroy you? What if it's here to forge you into something greater? Think about it. Everything that has ever grown, evolved, or transformed has done so because of pressure, struggle, and uncertainty. We want it to. Chaos isn't the villain, it's the catalyst. When things go wrong, when the ground beneath your feet feels unstable, you're forced to adapt, you're forced to think, to act, to rise in ways you never imagined. Chaos shakes you out of your complacency, ripping apart the comfortable illusions you've built around yourself. It hurts, it's messy, but it's also necessary. Without it, there's no reason to grow, no reason to push beyond the ordinary and reach for something extraordinary. In the moments where chaos reigns, you discover parts of yourself you didn't know existed. Strength, resilience, creativity. They don't come alive when everything is smooth and easy. They emerge when you're backed into a corner, when there's no choice but to fight or fall. And in that fight, you become sharper, more focused, and more capable than ever before. But here's the thing, most people run from chaos. They avoid it at all costs, retreating into the familiar and predictable. They don't see that the very thing they fear is the key to unlocking their potential. Chaos forces growth. It tears away the unnecessary and reveals the core of who you truly are. It's not there to break you, it's there to build you. Every challenge, every setback, every twist in the road is an invitation to rise above. Perspective is one of the most powerful tools you possess, yet it's often the most overlooked. Two people can face the exact same situation. One sees defeat, while the other sees opportunity. The difference isn't in the situation, it's in the lens through which they view it. Perspective shapes reality. It determines whether you remain stuck in a cycle of frustration or rise above it to create something extraordinary. When you encounter failure, it's easy to let it consume you. The disappointment, the shame, the self-doubt, it all feels overwhelming. But failure isn't the end. It's a mirror reflecting back at you, asking, what will you do next? You can see it as a roadblock, something that signals you weren't good enough. Or you can see it as a stepping stone, a valuable lesson designed to make you stronger, smarter, and more prepared for the journey ahead. The beauty of perspective is that it's entirely within your control. Life doesn't always give you a choice in what happens, but you always have a choice in how you interpret it. Every setback, every rejection, every painful moment carries a hidden gift, a lesson, an opportunity, a chance to grow. But you'll never find it if you're too focused on what went wrong. When you shift your perspective, the world changes. Challenges become opportunities. Obstacles become adventures. Pain becomes fuel. Suddenly, you're not a victim of your circumstances. You're the architect of your destiny. It's not about ignoring the difficulties or pretending they don't exist. It's about choosing to see them as part of the process, as essential pieces of your story. You can let life's hardships define you, or you can redefine them on your terms. It all begins with how you choose to see the world. Trusting yourself is one of the most daring things you can do. It sounds simple, but in a world filled with opinions, expectations, and endless noise, it's anything but. From an early age, we're taught to look outward for validation. Approval from parents, teachers, peers, society. Over time, this external feedback becomes our compass, and we lose touch with the one voice that truly matters, our own. Self-trust isn't about arrogance or ignoring others' advice. It's about believing deep in your core that you have what it takes to navigate your own path. It's about knowing that even if you stumble, even if you fail, you can get back up and keep moving forward. But that belief doesn't come easily. It requires confronting doubt, the voice in your head that says you're not ready, not capable, not enough. That voice thrives on fear, and the more you listen to it, the louder it gets. Building self-trust starts with small moments. It's keeping promises to yourself, no matter how minor they may seem. It's about showing up when it's uncomfortable, taking risks when the outcome is uncertain, and backing yourself, even when others don't. Each time you follow through, each time you step into the unknown and prove yourself wrong, you strengthen that trust. The truth is, self-trust is the foundation of everything. Without it, motivation wavers and confidence crumbles. With it, you become unstoppable. You stop second-guessing every decision and start taking action. You stop waiting for someone else to believe in you and realize that their approval isn't necessary. Trusting yourself isn't just empowering, it's liberating. It frees you from the need to conform, from the fear of failure, and from the limitations others try to impose on you. It puts you back in control of your life. Pain is one of life's most misunderstood gifts. When it arrives, the instinct is to avoid it, to numb it, to push it away as if it's some uninvited intruder. But pain has a purpose. It's not here to punish you, it's here to awaken you. It's a messenger, a catalyst, and, if you let it, a teacher. Within every ounce of pain lies the seed of purpose, a spark that can ignite your greatest strengths if you're brave enough to confront it. Think back to the moments that shaped you. Were they the easy ones, the times when everything went perfectly? Or were they the moments that broke you, the moments that forced you to question everything and start again? Pain strips away pretense. It cuts through the superficial and reveals what truly matters. It shows you what you're made of and what you're capable of enduring. The beauty of pain is that it forces growth. It pushes you to dig deeper, to find resources within yourself that you didn't know existed. It demands that you adapt, transform, and rise stronger than before. The most inspiring stories, the ones that move us to tears or fill us with awe, are never about people who avoided pain. They're about those who embraced it, who turned their struggles into something meaningful, something powerful. Pain has a way of connecting you to others as well. It reminds you that you're not alone, that every person you meet carries their own scars. And in those scars lies strength. The same pain that feels unbearable in the moment can become the foundation for your greatest achievements. It can become the driving force that propels you forward when nothing else can. It's not about avoiding pain, it's about harnessing it. So, what's stopping you? Fear, failure, what if I told you they're just figments of an overcautious mind? You don't need permission to unleash your potential. You've had the power all along. The only question is, will you finally use it? Stop waiting, stop doubting, start living. That's